Guys, so in this video, we're going to fix something that I've been procrastinating for way too long now. This is my Hopeo Hyper MT Nitro RC monster truck. We've got a 30 size Nitro engine, 2-speed transmission, but it has one major problem. So these diff cups in here, they are a massive weak spot. I've broken already 2 of these. Once just from jumping off the roof of my car and once by taking it to a skate park. But in my opinion, they just break way too easy. So here's one I broke before and I just bought the whole diff assembly off of some eBay break-in place. So first time it happened, I thought maybe it was just bad luck, and then it happened again. So now, what I want to do, so these are some bearings from a Traxxas X-Max. I can't remember if they're wheel bearings or diff bearings or where they come from. But anyway, they fit perfectly over the top of the diff cups. So what I'm planning on doing, obviously I've got to take this out and then I want to take the cup off of this diff and put it onto that one. It's just if we remove this inner race and then weld it to this cup, then I'm hoping that is going to stop it from breaking. That's what I did on the version 1 X-Max and it kind of solved it. So I'm hoping it's going to solve it on this too. So to start off with, we just got to open up these bearings, take the inner race out, subscribe. Right, that's enough waffling. Let's get some work done. So first of all, we've got to remove the shield, and an easy way to do that is just to get a knife, get it in there and open it up. Now this bearing here is actually a good bearing, and I was hoping to do it with a load of knackered bearings. So I've got a couple of good bearings and a couple of bad bearings. Now inside here, we've got the cage. And this cage, I think that's what it's called, this is what holds all the balls in. So once we get this cage off, then all these balls inside it should all go to one side, and then we can get the inner race out. The only trouble is, I'm not entirely sure what the correct way is to get this cage out. Here it comes. There must be a way of getting it out without destroying it, but it doesn't really matter. So now, with the cage out, we should be able to get all these balls, push them all over into one corner, and then this inner race should fall out. Boom. So now, all that we got to do is to slide this over the cup, then I'm going to try and weld it on. If it doesn't weld, we have to glue it. So now we've got to do that to the rest of them, then we're going to strip down the truck and weld them on. Hopefully it's going to work. Did it come out? Oh yes, there we go. Differential is out. Sometimes we've got to remember which way round the differential goes in, because if you put it back in the wrong way round, the car's going to go backwards. But luckily on this model, we've got a cutout on the chassis, so it's pretty obvious. Not really sure why it's got Loctite on there, because this is going into plastic. So now we've got to do the same to this transmission here. I'll take the part out and then put that good part back into this one. So next we've got to degrease it. So I'm going to use some brake cleaner here. I'm just going to wipe over all the parts that we're going to try and weld onto. Boom! There we go. Hopefully, it's going to hold up. Oh, look at that. The second attempt come out a lot neater. Boom! That's the rear end done. So if we look in there, you can see that it fits absolutely perfectly. Initially, I was a little bit concerned because I thought it was going to rub at the bottom there on the arm, but it doesn't. It actually clears it perfectly. The suspension moves perfectly up and down. So now we can see if it's actually going to last longer. I'm hoping it will. I'm hoping the welds aren't going to crack and it's going to fall off anyway. So we will see. So next, I want to do the front end. And the front end's going to be the exact same procedure because the front and the back is almost the same. So I'm not going to bother filming that. I'll put you back on when it's all up and running again. Oh, alright, so just halfway through stripping down the front end, I've actually just noticed something. So I thought maybe I can weld it on with it like that without stripping the whole thing down. Then I noticed that the diff cups on the front are actually smaller. So what the hell was going on there? I mean, I did replace the front one. I think it's the front one that went before. And I changed the whole unit over. So maybe it's a different version. I don't know. But in any case, that's not going to work. And even if I put a smaller one on, then the drive shafts aren't going to clear it. Because these pins here, they're too wide. And I could grind it down. But I'm kind of guessing that this is of a different car. And I'm hoping it's not going to break. And if it does break, then I'm going to buy the proper cups and weld these on and put this casing back together and then put it all back together. But anyway, I'm just going to put it back together for now, run it as it is, and hopefully it's going to last. So there we go, all back together again. Subscribe!